Heritage Center to kick off our Veterans Day coverage. Josh.
Look, Latricia, the last few days we have been all over the place. We've met a lot of people, and tonight, over the next hour and a half, we're going to show you a whole lot of that. As you said, we're in the Medal of Honor Heritage Center. We love coming to this place for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's raining outside. David Glenn will tell us a lot about that coming up, so we want to get somewhere dry. Also, this place is awesome. So much history in this place. Here, this is a look here at one of the original Medal of Honors. These are replicas. Here, the left is the original Army Medal of Honor. The right, the replica of the original Navy Medal of Honor. Just give me an idea of what it used to look like. I like this thing so much. This big map, interactive map, right? You can get here and you spread this thing out here, right? And all the dots you see are here signify where someone was or someone earned a Medal of Honor. You can see them here. Look at this right here. This is Chattanooga, right here, 33. If I can get it to, there we go. 33 Medals of Honor awarded in the Chattanooga area. The very first ones, we talk about that, the first medals happening right there in that area. You know, the locomotive chase we talked about a lot in North Georgia, all around the area. So there's really just so much cool things and so many cool things that we can see here and learn here at the Medal of Honor Heritage Center. I want to bring in my friend Eric Benninghoff. An important issue we've talked about a lot over the years is the homeless situation in this city overall, but also veterans. And you took a look at where we stand right now, because at one point we officially were at zero, officially, but we still knew there were veterans out there that didn't have a place to go. You have an update several years later.
Yes, we do, Josh, and you know, we found out that those numbers have been ticking up really the past couple of years, especially with the pandemic. Today we actually spoke with someone who's faced this issue of homelessness as a veteran head on, and it's someone you actually spoke with 7 years ago for a Price of Freedom segment. Back then he had a pregnant wife. Now his daughter's 7 years old. Let's take a look at his story.
Yard, a family, and a home.
I don't know how to take it in. I mean, some of the people that stepped up to the plate are so good.
Getting here wasn't easy for this Chattanooga veteran.
To serve my country, I went in wanting to do good.
Robert Rowan says he served 3 tours in the Marine Corps from 84 to 90.
We went through a lot of trials and tribulations.
Robert fell into homelessness after having a heart attack and coming to Chattanooga in 2014, juggling a pregnant wife and ongoing haunts from his PTSD. We spoke with him 7 years ago when he was living at a camp.
You just don't know the stress level. I can break the meter in a heartbeat.
Daughter Zoe was born and they found housing for years. But after being suddenly evicted back in August, it was back to the streets until the VA helped them get this home last week.
I was living in and out of my car. I had a 7-year-old daughter who had an autoimmune disease.
Wendy Winters is the director of the Chattanooga Regional Homeless Coalition. 2 years ago, she says the care system was housing veterans quicker than they were experiencing homelessness. But that's changed.
The lack of affordable housing, it's a crisis situation across the nation. It is particularly bad here in the Chattanooga region.
In January 2020, she says only about 7 veterans were experiencing homelessness in Southeast Tennessee on any given night. Now that number is about 100.
These were problems that were growing pre-pandemic, and of course the pandemic made it worse.
And that's what kills me, because when we serve our country, we go over there because we believe in what we want to do. But when we come back, it's like it takes forever for the benefits to kick in.
Patricia, Wendy with the Homeless Coalition says what they really need is compassionate landlords to help these veterans experiencing homelessness. They say that they have the funds available and incentives to help these veterans move from homelessness into permanent housing, but what they really need is these landlords who are making this population a priority. Josh?
When we met Robert, he was living in a homeless camp behind the Wal-Mart there in East Ridge, and so clearly he's doing much better today. But boy, just going through that process, you learn so much about the homeless population, right? Exactly. When you go in those camps, that's their home. So if you don't ever walk across something like that, just let them be back there, because that's where their all belongings are, and it's a tough way to live.
Absolutely. He's come a long way. It's been a lot of trials and tribulations along the way, but it's great to see him in a home now.
All right, Eric, thanks so much. Appreciate that. All right, a lot of celebrations around the area today, just honoring veterans across the area. Collegedale, the Academy Academy Band of Collegedale performed at the Veterans Memorial Park there today. The event called on Americans to take 2 minutes of silence at 2:11 p.m. That represents the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, when an armistice was declared between the Allied nations and Germany in World War I. The Collegedale mayor spoke at that event today as well.
And to the parents, wives, and children, thank you for your sacrifice. You took on the heavy load necessary to keep the home together while your veteran was or is serving.
There are events going on across the area all day today, also tonight. An event earlier today, the president spoke at Arlington National Cemetery.
Our veterans represent the best of America. You are the very spine of America. On Veterans Day, and every day we honor that great debt and recommit ourselves to keeping our sacred obligation as a nation to honor what you've done.
When it comes back to you.
And today, the president announced new support to troops exposed to burn pits, obviously a very big issue there. 86% of post-9/11 veterans who served in those areas say they were exposed in those post-9/11 conflicts, Iraq and Afghanistan. That's the event there at Arlington National Cemetery. Let's talk about the event today at Chattanooga National. That's an event every year that's well attended. They do a great job there. Christy Calcagno is there this morning, and she has this story.
On Veterans Day, we honor the brave men and women who have sacrificed so much for our country. And today at the National Cemetery and Armory, nearly 100 veterans and their families, including state and local representatives, came together to say thank you. It's the land of the free and home of the brave.
When you're on active duty, you never considered yourself as a veteran. And while I was on active duty for 27 years, I now have been retired for over 27 years. And what it does for me is it says you're part of a very unique and special group. And
today, community members came together to honor those brave men and women who sacrificed so much for that freedom.
Whether you're Republican or Democrat, whatever branch has been out there, we realize that we've got to take care of our veterans because they took care of us.
For many, they hope this Veterans Day unites the country.
Our country is so divided, and perhaps this National Veterans Day, it will be the one day that will unite our country. It will bring our country together, at least for one day.
Our country is sadly bitterly divided on a lot of things. Our support for our veterans unifies us, and it needs to unify us.
God bless you, our troops, and the United States of America.
And the National Cemetery is gearing up for their annual Wreaths Across Chattanooga event, where organizers hope to lay thousands of wreaths here on every single gravestone to honor the sacrifice that these brave men and women took for our country. Reporting at the National Cemetery, I'm Christy Calcagno, News Channel 9.
Love that event every year. If you still want to celebrate tonight, there's more to come. Chattanooga Symphony and Opera will honor local veterans at a concert at 7:30 tonight at the Memorial Auditorium. Plus, there are several opportunities to honor veterans even after today. Wreaths Across Chattanooga accepting $10 donations to place a remembrance wreath on graves at national cemeteries across the country and here in Chattanooga. And the Ralston Acres Christmas Tree Farm in Rock Springs, Georgia, accepting $30 donations for trees for troops. They will set aside a tree for FedEx to pick up and deliver to a military base in early December. More information on all this, you can find it all on our website, newschannel9.com. As we come back live here at the Medal of Honor Heritage Center, as we are out here tonight, we're going to walk around this place and show you some of the things, some of the awesome things that are happening here. You see Clint Romachet, he visited here a few years ago. The awesome things happening here at the Medal of Honor Heritage Center. A whole lot more events today as well. We'll show you more of that coming up right now. Let's go back to the studio to Kim and Latricia.